I'm going to shout a bit because it's really windy, so I had to come in from the coast, which is that way. There's probably like 50 to 60 km/h winds today. I don't know whether you can see it, there's a seas through there. We've got this big bank of trees here, the wind's coming straight this way basically. Sheltering, giving me shelter. As you can see, it's a bit breezy. This is how I've put the tarp. I've got it, you know, hammered right down. The corners are folded in because the wind's coming this way. I want the protection. That's how the front is. There's plenty of room in there. So that's going to be me for the night. It's still pretty windy. So it's just about to rain. I think there's a whole lot of rain coming this way, so I'm going to get all of my gear set up inside, get it stowed, and I think I'm going to be sitting out the rain for a little bit. Well, I'm filming inside the tarp now because it's so windy outside that you probably won't hear anything. We had a bit of rain. It stopped as quickly as it started, you know, so that's what I'm looking at. And that's my view. That goes up the hill there, so this is about the best sort of flat and sheltered spot from the wind. It's, you know, you can see it's still flying around up there. It's actually not too bad down here, and because, you know, the low side of the shelters, that's where the wind's coming from. Wind's coming from that way, so later on, you know, I'm gonna, this front here, I'll drop this so it'll go up to these points, tie-off points, then it'll actually drop right down like that in like a V shape. So it'll cut down any sort of, most of the winds, you know, it's heading that way anyway. So, well, just have a little bit of a look in here. You know, you can see how roomy this is. You know, there's heaps, there's so much room to put all of your stuff. I've just got a brew on, and look at all that room there. You know, so yeah, it's a real good setup in like high wind. You still get a bit of a view, but it's, you know, it's pretty comfortable and you're pretty snug really. So I've had a good look out for branches and stuff, you know. Just going to check that out just to make sure that nothing's going to fall on me. It's not very tall, these aren't tall trees that I've tied my tarp line to, so it should be fine. On the way up here, it was so windy coming over the crest of a hill I had to come on that I actually got blown off my feet at one point, so a little bit crazy out there today. But I'm going to have a bit of a walk around and you know, see what's going on out there. Alright, I'll keep you posted. Okay, it's before dark now. The weather's closing in again. It's just starting to rain. So what I've done is built a fire pit, but I've got some ring of stone all the way around, just to help with the wind a little bit. And there's a hearth at the back, you know, just as a reflector to help push the fire that way. So that'll be my little fire tonight. Okay, it's about 8:30 now. As you can see, I've got the fire. I made it like a fairly big circle with the stones. It's pretty windy, so I needed to block out, you know, some of the wind for the fire. It's one of those situations where a really decent fire pit with a rock kind of ring around it works very well. As you can see from the fire there, it's not, you know, it's not blowing around too much. And even though I'm like 5.5 feet or 6 feet maybe away from the fire, the shelter opening, it's really warm in here. It's really nice. So I've had to shed a layer, and you know, I've processed all the firewood so that it was nice and long. And as the night, it's just to the right of the fire, most of it. So I don't mind about waking up if it gets getting a little bit cold and putting a log back on the fire, because, you know, I know that I'll fall back asleep again and it's warm, and a lot of people sort of have a problem with getting up in the night, but you go back to sleep again, it's fine. So it's just one of those classic long in front of your shelter fires works fantastic. It's lovely and warm even though it's windy, and as long as the fire's sheltered enough to not blow all over and cause a hazard, it's all good. It's happy days. I'm having a good night so far and very comfortable. It's a bloody breezy lure, alright?